It's tragic. As you said in your introduction, I mean, this is 4 murders in a very short period of time. And it's happening, as you say, in broad daylight in areas which are heavily populated. The tragic thing about this is it's not unusual. We know from talking to trauma surgeons in A&E that the peak time for hospital admissions for stabbings is between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., the daylight hours. And it just shows you how brazen this is, how tragic this is. And, unfortunately, after knife crime during COVID, when we were all locked down, the numbers fell. It's rapidly returning to where we were in 2019, which was unfortunately a bleak year for us because it was the highest level of knife crime we've seen. And I fear we're slowly heading back in that direction.
It's the confidence, Patrick. It's how someone has the confidence to pull a knife or use a knife, or the stupidity or the hatred. I don't know how you would sum it up. I mean, are they not worried about being caught? Are they not worried about the punishment? Are they so consumed with hate or corruption that they're just blind to the consequences?
I mean, I think it's all of that and probably a lot more. It just shows the mentality of, which is behind some of these attacks, that the fact that it's happening with witnesses all around you is no deterrent to these attacks taking place. It is a bleak situation to consider. We're doing quite a lot to work with young people to deter young people from carrying knives, because it is. If we can stop people carrying knives, events like this can be avoided and will be avoided. But it is tragic, and we need to help the police in terms of the investigations that are ongoing, and we need to do far more to tackle this issue over a sustained period of time, which is what we haven't been doing over the last decade.
Of course, some of these people are carrying weapons because they're fearful themselves, and we know from the research that they're often then a victim to getting hurt with the weapon they were carrying. I think a lot of us hear stories like this and we assume it's to do with gang crime and that we couldn't get caught up in it. Is that always the case?
Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated picture, but you're very right, Rosie, in your introduction. For many, particularly young people, the idea that they may carry a knife is based on fear and about their perceptions that if they carry a knife, they can protect themselves. They're doing it in their own mind for self-defense. We all know this is the worst decision you could possibly make. You're not protecting yourself. You're putting yourself and those around you in danger. And part of our work as an educational charity is helping young people realise there are many other things that you can do that are much safer than carrying a knife to keep you and your friends safe. But these myths are perpetuated on social media. They're perpetuated through peers. That's why we need a really strong counter-narrative to talk to particularly young people about the fallacy that carrying a knife will protect you. And it's something we can all do. It's something we can do as parents. It's something we can do as leaders. It's something we can do as sports coaches. We have resources on our website, www.benkinsell.org.uk, free resources that can be downloaded by parents and youth leaders to work with young people, to educate them, to break this cycle that the young people think a knife could protect themselves. This is at the heart, I think, of turning the tide against knife crime, is creating a peer value system where young people will say, no, I won't carry a knife and I will not let any of my friends carry a knife. That's part and parcel of tackling knife crime.